As the CDC urges most people to stay home, many are filling their time at home with movies and TV and streaming content online. Netflix adding more than 15 million new subscribers. Did you hear about that? Or Nielsen reporting that streaming by most adults has almost doubled. Even the traditionally premium services like HBO now offering some streaming content for free for you during this pandemic, a trend that also extends to a new video streaming app that's designed for smartphones. It's called Quibi, and it shifted from a planned paid service to temporarily free during this pandemic. Now, Quibi has some big names involved, from Steven Spielberg to Jennifer Lopez to all kinds of others, including basically anyone you can think of in Hollywood has been talking about getting involved. Now, this was launched by one of the biggest names in Hollywood, Jeffrey Katzenberg. He famously ran Disney, co-founded DreamWorks, and was awarded basically the highest honor for the arts by President Obama, who noted his accomplishments and his confidence.
Your CEO, Jeffrey Katzenberg. Jeffrey, like Melody, has been a friend and a supporter through thick and thin. And I think his place in the entertainment industry is legendary. I don't need to puff him up too much. He has a healthy sense of self.
Katzenberg, a major player in film, business, politics, and philanthropy. In fact, we should note he just donated $500,000 to COVID relief in his LA community. And so we just connected to discuss his projects and began with his charity during this pandemic.
The tragedies that we are witnessing, we are watching, that we are seeing sort of unravel in front of us every day. If it doesn't grab you by the throat and the heart, you're not alive. One of my great mentors of my lifetime was an actor, Kirk Douglas. And there are many, many things that were extraordinary and wonderful about him. But the one thing, he said 4 words for me that are the most valuable words that any human being has ever said to me in my life. And he said, it's probably more than 4, you haven't learned how to live until you've learned how to give. My wife and I have been in a position where we have the ability to give, and we do. And right now, this city, like every city in this country, is hurting. And this is my home. And these people are our neighbors and are our family. And if we do not reach out to help them, shame on us.
Now, with 26 million Americans losing their jobs, as we've been discussing tonight during the pandemic, and other businesses facing all kinds of tough calls, including bankruptcy, I also asked Mr. Katzenberg about what he's doing, which is pushing forward on launching a new business right now, and also literally changing their business model, making it free for the first few months.
Meg Whitman, my partner, and I really made a decision about 5-6 weeks ago to go forward with this launch, because Quibi was built to entertain and inspire, and to kind of put it out there in the world right now. And we've made it free to everybody for the first 90 days. It just seemed like maybe, we could bring a little bit of happiness to people in a moment in time where we sure could use a lot of that. Hollywood is full of entrepreneurs. As storytellers, you start with a blank screen and you got to go create something. And so I came to them with a new proposition. And it was the next form of film narrative, of storytelling, and then a economic model that was very incentivizing in that they get to own their own IP, something that they don't get anywhere else. What Quibi has done is that we actually just license the content. They continue to own it, and they have the right to go exploit it, get value out of it after a short period of time when it's aired on the Quibi platform.
Is that also part of the hook here? I mean, do you think you're
100%.
offering a sweeter deal than basically the rest of the industry?
No, I know we are.
Now, given all the Obama history, I had to also ask about any plans for getting involved in 2020 and Joe Biden's campaign.
They call you a political kingmaker in Democratic politics. I'm curious whether you look around now and miss President Obama more than ever.
Again, I'm going to stay out of politics for this. It's a very difficult, very challenging time, at a moment in time in which I'd like all of us as a country to come together and get over coronavirus.
Hey, I'm Ari Melber from MSNBC. You can see more of our videos right here, or better yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel below. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that.